My name is Valeria Montez, and I am a journalist. Or at least, I was, before all of this happened. Now I'm no longer certain of who I am, or what I am. What I'm about to tell you may sound like madness, but I swear to you, every word is true. This isn't just a story, it's a warning. If you ever hear of a village called Sanctus Noctis, don't go there. No matter how strong your curiosity is, no matter how much you think you can handle what you'll find, you can't. Nobody can. My investigation began with rumors about an Andean cult that worshipped the Black Moon, a deity said in local legends to offer immortality in exchange for human lives. As a skeptical journalist, something about these stories drew me in. Perhaps the rituals performed on nights of the new moon, or the peculiar description of a moon not shining, but cloaked in darkness. So I decided to investigate this mountain cult hidden deep within the Andes. The village Sanctus Noctis was so isolated that it didn't even appear on maps. I arrived on a cloudy day, and from the very beginning I knew something was wrong. The houses, ancient, built of stone and wood, looked abandoned, but they weren't. The villagers were there, watching me from their windows with dark, unsettling eyes. They didn't speak. They didn't greet me. They only stared. The physical appearance of some of the villagers was truly unique, enough to seize my attention immediately. Some of the adults in this strange community were unusually tall, all standing well above 6 feet, giving them an imposing, almost spectral presence. Their skin was so pale it was nearly translucent, as if light could pass through it, revealing faint blue veins running beneath the surface. Their eyes were large, bulging, and disturbingly intense, with pupils so dilated they reflected what little light there was like pools of black glass. These traits combined to give them a strange, uncanny beauty, an appearance that didn't quite belong to humanity, stirring in me both curiosity and a creeping sense of dread. That was when I met him, Ezekiel. His presence was unlike the others who drifted about like lifeless phantoms. He radiated an energy that was disturbing, yet strangely magnetic. A tall man with dark hair, he dressed plainly, almost like a peasant. But what truly caught my attention was the crude silver mask covering the upper half of his face. It hid his brows and cheekbones, leaving only his thin lips and strong jaw visible, set in an expression of unyielding seriousness. When he finally spoke to me, his voice was low and measured, carrying a natural authority. He introduced himself as the leader of this secluded community. He firmly denied the existence of any cult devoted to the Black Moon, dismissing the very rumors that had drawn me to this forsaken place. Instead, he offered an alternative explanation. His people were simply a private community, fiercely protective of their isolation, determined to preserve their ancient customs, free from the influence of the modern world. Though his words were meant to reassure me, the enigma of the place and its strange inhabitants only grew. Then he extended an invitation, or perhaps a demand. If my curiosity was genuine, and if I truly wished to understand the essence of his people, I would have to stay until their next communal gathering. It was then he said that the truth would be revealed. His insistent gaze unsettled me, yet deepened my fascination. I agreed. What harm could it do? It was only a story after all. How wrong I was. On the night of the gathering, the village transformed. The empty streets filled with people, all wearing silver masks of various shapes. They led me to a clearing on the outskirts, where an altar stood draped in strange symbols lit by torches. At the center was Ezekiel, his arms raised to the sky. Then I saw it. The moon, or what should have been the moon, appeared as a shadowy blot in the heavens. It didn't emit light but swallowed it, radiating a palpable darkness that seemed to devour everything around it. It was not the satellite we know, but an entity, an overwhelming presence that encompassed both sky and earth. I felt its cold, calculating gaze upon me, as though it were weighing my very soul. Ezekiel began chanting in a language I didn't recognize, and the villagers joined in, their voices weaving into a chilling chorus. Shadows twisted and writhed, and a sinister mist crept across the clearing. The villagers began to change before my eyes, their bodies grotesquely shifting, abandoning all traces of humanity. Cries of agony mingled with blasphemous chants, creating a cacophony that tore through the night. Their skin stretched and tore, exposing pulsating amorphous flesh. From their backs sprouted membranous wings, black as a moonless night, flapping with a nauseating wet sound. Their mouths elongated, filling with razor-sharp fangs, while their once human eyes glowed with a malevolent red light. They were nightmares made flesh, the servants of the Black Moon, and I was trapped among them. A numbing cold seeped up from the ground, encircling me in an icy grip as the temperature plunged. I tried to scream, but my voice failed. I tried to run, but my legs refused to move. I stood frozen, my mind struggling to comprehend the monstrosity unfolding before me. Ezekiel approached me, his smile warped and devoid of warmth. He told me that the Black Moon had chosen me, that I was special. But I didn't want to be special. I wanted to run, to scream, to wake from this nightmare. But I couldn't. The shadows closed in, along with the grotesque villagers, now transformed into abominations. Something cold and wet touched my skin. It felt like a brand etching itself into me, leaving a mark that would never fade. And then the Black Moon spoke, not with words, but directly into my mind. It offered me a choice: join the ritual or be sacrificed. Driven by sheer terror, an explosion of adrenaline broke the invisible chains that bound me. I don't know how, whether it was desperation or some buried strength within me, but I fought my way through the horrors, striking, shoving, clawing my way free. I ran from the circle of candles, leaving behind the twisted figures of the cultists as they reached for me. I ran through the streets of the village while the black moon watched me from above with cold indifference. I reached my car. The engine roared to life, a harsh but comforting sound amid the suffocating silence of the night. I drove as though my life depended on it, my knuckles white on the steering wheel, my eyes scanning the road for any sign that the horrors of Sanctus Noctis pursued me. I left the cursed village behind. But even now, far from Sanctus Noctis, I know I have not escaped. The mark on my skin, a strange symbol that glows faintly in the dark, is a constant reminder that the black moon is not finished with me. It is a beacon, a signal, and I know that sooner or later it will come for me. The shadow of Sanctus Noctis stretches far beyond its physical borders. Its influence is etched into my very flesh. What is immortality if it means losing our humanity? What price are we willing to pay for eternity? And most of all, what is real and what is illusion when the line between them has vanished? I have no answers, only questions, and fear, so much fear. If you are watching this, be careful what you seek. Some doors once open can never be closed.
Subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss the stories.